She was expectant of my message, actually.
No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't.
She wouldn't admit it on camera. But it's true.
We live in a world where a woman now is, I can do everything on my own. I'm independent. You can't talk to me like that. You can't do A, B, C, D.
I'll be like, you know what? Yeah, let's get back to it. Emotions went up at one point. I needed some time to cool down. Let's come back. Let's come back to it. What's happening? What's going on? How do we move from there? Because these are real things that happen.
Both of us. No.
Just on Sunday, I need to defrost. Huh? Hi, I'm Bupe Malama.
Hi, I'm Namakau, Mwiya Malama.
Awesome. She says it best.
So we met on a hike. We have a mutual friend, and our friend happened to be organizing a hike to Kafue. And yeah, we found ourselves on the same hike. Funny enough, the entire time we were hiking, he was right behind me. And I really didn't notice him, but like, he was right behind me. So if you look at our pictures from that hike, you literally see him like right behind me. And we always laugh because we're like, that's our first picture together. So went for the hike, went up the hill, came down. And as soon as I got back, I was the first one to get into the car because I was exhausted. So I sat down, and then I just heard this voice from behind asking me, so Namakau, what do you do? And picked up the conversation from there, and here we are today.
I was leading the trail from the rear, just making sure everyone wasn't left behind. She just so happened to be the person right in front of me at the time. Yeah. Like, oh, who's this lady I'm with? What caught my attention was during the hike, she was like, what's a baddie doing in the woods? I was like, okay, what's going on here? And then I think the curiosity and interest built from that point onwards. Yeah.
Firstly, I was tired. Shame. I just wanted to rest, and this person starts a conversation. But while we were hiking, I did mention that I love running marathons. And that's one of the first things that he did mention to me, that he also runs marathons. And that interest, at the time, that was a very big thing for me. So the fact that we have that one thing in common, and as we kept speaking, we realized that they had a lot more in common. So that was like, okay, who is this person and what more do we have in common?
So what happened was, our group lead created a WhatsApp group, yeah, and there were just a bunch of numbers of which I didn't have the ID of. So I strategically located her number, and then I sent her one particular video of her stumbling, because I was right behind her, of her stumbling down as we were descending the hill. So yeah, I think that's how we began talking. She was expectant of my message, actually.
No, it wasn't. No.
She wouldn't admit it on camera. But it's true.
He did.
I did. I did.
He did. So he sent me a message saying, hi, this is Bupe from the hike. How's your day going? And it was on a Saturday. So he happened to go back to work, and I was just home that particular day. So we kept on chatting, and funny enough, hey, that Saturday was just the weekend for Valentine's. I think it should have been like the 11th. It should have been like 2-3 days or something like that to Valentine's. And he asked me out to be his Valentine's date. And I guess that was when I realized that, okay, this person actually likes me. So he actually booked a spa date for me. So he says, went up a mountain, you need to relax, so let's go and take you to the spa. And that was the beginning of everything.
Few months.
Yeah, about, I think 7-8 months. Yeah.
She would listen and learn a lot about me, and I would learn a lot about her. And even just the communication, I believe, is what was the contributing factor. Yeah. So yeah, that's pretty much what said, you know what? And also she comes from a really good family, you know? So, and the other thing is our dads were lab partners at Ridgeway. So you find that there's a whole lot of family chemistry going on. And also our friend groups were pretty similar. So yeah, I was like, okay, yeah, this is my friend. This is who I can rock with for life.
He would listen. He's a gentleman, very caring. I learned very quickly the kind of person that he was and how he was very intentional about me. So that for me was, okay, he is the person that I can do life with.
Oh, okay. I think how did that happen? We must have gone to a jeweler as a date. Yeah, as a date, and got our ring sizes done. Yeah, that was it. And you know, in the African cultures, it was known that somebody's heading in this direction. There was no surprise to it, because what we did was we went ahead and asked to reach first home nicely as a family, and then thereafter the proposal came. The Western type of proposal happened, but then traditionally, the tradition happened first. I was like, okay, I'm gonna apply for it. I'm gonna do the whole gentleman thing: roses, flowers, dinner. However, she interrupted it, and also I believe I was just thinking a lot. I imagine. So I had the ring in the car, and she walks up to the car and she sees the ring there. I'm like, oh snap!
You couldn't hide it.
I didn't hide it. I didn't hide it well enough. So she saw it. I'm like, okay, might as well just go ahead and do it here. So that's how it happened. I came out of the car. I was in my uniform. I got on one knee and I proposed. And then there was a dude upstairs who got the whole thing on camera as well. So that was nice.
Yeah.
That was nice. However, I did make up for it later on.
Honestly, I wasn't really sure what his plan was. He's unpredictable, hey? So it's very difficult to tell what he's going to do next. So I literally just got out of the car after work. I see he's there and I'm like, okay, hi, how are you? How's your day? I get into the car and I see the ring and I'm like, dude, you really couldn't hide it, Shame. Like, it's right here. And he's like, I was trying to hide it, but then I panicked when I saw you. And yeah, he just went ahead and proposed. So it wasn't the I'm taking you for dinner proposal type thing, but it was still sweet in how I think it was very sweet and authentic in how it happened. So yeah. They were happy, hey? Like he mentioned, our dads were actually in university together. So they were lab partners for the longest time, went through school together. So when he went home and said, oh, I met this person, they're like, is that the person that I know? And then I went home and they were like, is that the family? So they were really happy that it's two families that know each other and yeah, coming from two good homes. So
after the proposal, not too long after, right?
It was
about a year.
Yeah, it's like a year.
About a year.
Yeah.
According to plan. Okay, plans are interesting. So yes, you can plan, but you never really know what's going to happen on the D-Day. Thankfully, there was nothing too out of the ordinary that took place. As for the suit, it was a military wedding, so I wore my number one dress uniform, and it was her battle now finding a wedding dress, and I knew what I was that
See
was
how it felt like
gunning for.
had everything ready.
Yeah, I had everything set well before the D-Day. Yeah. Interestingly enough, I can't really remember, but it was quite an interesting day for me, to be honest. I was just like, when is it going to end? Because there just so many people, and I was like, oof. But anyway, I did love it nonetheless. I watched the videos, yeah, and I'm like, oof, that was a beautiful day. And when I did see her, because she was walking down with her mom and her dad on both sides, and I was like, oh, this is so beautiful. Yeah, and it was hot up there for some reason. I was really hot. So I was sweating bullets, but it was really fun nonetheless, and it was a blessing. Yeah.
So I am a perfectionist, hey? I like everything to like a certain level of detail. So I had to deal with obviously a lot of people, right? And being a perfectionist and wanting things done a certain way, I had to learn to be patient and sort of like just like ride and deal with people. So even my dress was particular. The detail was particular. He, like I mentioned, it was easy for him because he had his suit. I had to deal with 101 things, my dress, the bridesmaids. But I'm grateful that I had an amazing team, my friends, that came through for me, were able to pick up the little details, and because they understand the kind of person that I am, they were able to help me put those things together and sort of reduce the pressure. We did have a couple of friends of ours that were also getting married. So we actually got married a week apart, and then we were both on each other's lineups. So that was crazy, but at the same time, because of the support system we had, it was the most amazing journey. Yeah. I honestly just wanted to get past that point. I was super nervous, I won't lie. I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know how the day would go. But like I just said, let's do this. And let's get to the part where we actually do this thing together.
So just slightly over a year now, and what has kept the love alive? Well, we communicate. Communication is a big thing. There are times when communication may be challenged, like almost all things in life. There's always ups and downs, but even in those times, making sure a little spark is kept alive goes a long way, because there'll be downs and there'll be ups. So just making sure a little flame is kept alive, and we get to know each other. We get to know each other gradually each day, and we grow and love each other. And family is important to play the supporting role. Friends and family as well. Yeah. Do you want to take this one?
Yeah, sure.
All right.
The biggest thing Aki mentioned is communication. Hey, the thing with conflicts is that everybody has their own opinion and they want to be heard, right? One thing that we've learned to do is hear what the other person is saying, right? We've picked up there's no right or wrong person. At the end of the day, you both lose. So rather than fighting each other, it's what's in front of us. It's us against what's in front of us. Listening to what the other person will say, what he listens to me, I listen to him. We find middle ground, and we move from there. So I think that has been key for us. It's communicating, it's understanding what is your friend saying, what are they trying to get across, and then moving forward from there. So yeah.
All right. So in those times, it's showing patience and kindness, because it's in sickness as well as the vows went. You love somebody through the sickness, through the tough times, and you're there for them. You're there. I'm there for her, and she's there for me. There are times when she's got a serious cold, she's down. I'll be there. I'll be patient with her through it. If she needs something, go ahead and do it. If I'm down, and she's always there. So just being present for each other during those times is the important thing, and I believe that's how Christ would do it too.
I love how patient he is. He's very patient, and he's always understanding. So I don't always have my best days. Of course, I come from work, I'm stressed, I could be going through something, but he understands that, okay, and he quickly picks up on it to say, okay, I think she's had like a stressful day. So those are the days where he'll just listen. I will vent and he'll just listen. Or when he realizes I can't be 100 right now, he'll pick up and run with the 80% and I'm at 20. So those are the, yeah.
All right. She is caring. Yeah. She's super caring. And as well as the caring, there's a certain thing that she does. Because we've got 2 Maltese pups. So the love that she shows those little pups as well is really good. Because like, do they have this? Do they have that? So just taking care of the home, being caring and showing that type of characteristic is beautiful. So I'll take this one. We're learning. Don't have all the answers. We're learning how to manage that. But thankfully enough, love my wife's family. They're super cool and they're respectful. And otherwise, we're still learning that dynamic, as it goes. So.
So our marriage is centered on Christ. Okay. We've, which is, I guess, even to your previous question, right? We have the same values, the same, I guess not necessarily grew up in the same home because there's differences, but those values and morals are what ground us, and as well as Christ. So staying rooted in the word, in our values is what helps us stay true to each other. There's so much happening in the world. The temptation is so crazy. People are doing the most, especially fighting marriages, right? But for us, that's always been key. It's Christ-centered. Everything is what would, I always make this, I say, what would Jesus do? What would Christ do in these situations? So that's what keeps us afloat. I mean, we go to the same church, make it a point to even serve in the church. So that helps us stay grounded and true to each other.
All right, let's do it. All right, let's do it. We can do it. No, by doing it, I mean activate, just like, because there are times when, like she mentioned, you've got work coming in, right? And there'll be times when like, oh, can we go for a movie? Like, yeah, let's go do the movie, Just when you've got something that needs to get done, it gets done. Yeah. So that affirmative action type of, is what
He says it's true a lot. Like I could be talking about something, it's like, yeah, it's true. It's in those moments that 2 things happen in those moments. It's either he's listening to me or he's not. So he doesn't want to say, I didn't hear you say what you have to say again, but then he'll say it's true. So yeah. It annoys me, but at the same time, it's cute.
I take it? Mm-hmm. All right. 2 lessons. People have their own perspective, and being the center, an individual may not always be the center of whatever is going on. So people have their own perspectives, and as an individual, you're not always the center of what's going on, and that's okay. It's fine. It's a blessing. Yeah.
Yeah. And just always be friends. Like, as much as we're like married and everything, just be friends. The same way that you built a friendship in the beginning, through your marriage, through your relationship, be friends. Yeah.
23rd April.
22nd November.
Big on birthdays, me personally, no. Not a big fan of them so much. Like, boom, out there now. But from time to time, it's nice to go out and do things. Yeah. No, for her.
Because I'm big on birthdays.
For her, we do.
Yeah, I'm big on birthdays. So even on his birthday, I'm the one who actively has to do something. Otherwise, we'll just sit and like text happy birthday. So yeah, I am big on birthdays.
Things is just knowing yourself and knowing and getting to know your partner as best as you can, and being able to walk that narrow path, yeah, and keeping it alive, I believe, is the best course of action, because you never know. There's so many elements that may come in and disorient things, but if you get to know yourself, knowing your partner, and holding true to the principles that govern the kingdom of God, we should be fine. Yeah.
Always keep Christ at the center. No matter what happens, always go back to him. It's in the Bible. That's where we first saw marriage, right? It is written that it's not good for man to live alone. So if truly that came from there, you could draw some knowledge, you could draw some inspiration from that place. So always go back to the secret place, always listen to your friend. It's not always easy, but do listen, understand them, communicate, and don't stop being friends. Always be friends, always go on dates. It's important. Never stop dating. Just because you're married doesn't mean that you should stop dating. Those are the little things that keep your marriage alive. Always speak. Talk. Communication is always key. So I think that will really help. Yeah. So for us, well, it's movies, right? It's something as simple as just planning out your Friday, even at home. Like, I've picked a movie, I've cooked this, there's popcorn, let's sit. It's playing games, it's picnics. Now we have more places to go. You can go bowling, so things like that. Those would be, key. I guess it's understanding what your partner really likes and surprising them with that every once in a while, right? I'm not a very big fan of movies. I think it takes a lot of time, especially if you talk about action movies, but he loves it. So I'll still show up regardless, right? Yeah, so I think those are some of the things. Yeah, and go for marathons. We take walks together. You're walking after work, you're talking. There's a marathon. You don't have to run, just walk. That's a date. Yeah.
Rules of engagement are important before you even get into the thick of it, knowing okay, listen, I'll compromise, but only up to a certain point, before you start getting walked over, I believe is key. And also your friend getting to know, okay, my friend has really compromised on multiple things, and also cleaning the slate as well is important. You're like, okay, fine, compromise here, not holding things from 3-4 years back, depending on how long your history is. That's something that I've noticed is important. But knowing and actively being with somebody who is able to know that, okay, yes, there has been some things that you have let go of. Let me also let go of something. If it really, if you feel this is something that you consider as being a priority, I can let it go. It's a compromise, and then just moving together like that. Because again, it's for life. You've chosen to walk the path for life. Yeah.
I think that's key. It's realizing whatever situation you're in, because if it doesn't kill you, and if you compromise, it won't change anything, then, just let it be what it is. You don't always, like I mentioned earlier, there's no winner, there's no loser. You both lose at the end of the day. So if it's a situation where you let it go and it doesn't affect you really, then just compromise and let it be. It definitely is a key element in marriage, because, again, you come from two different homes. So there's certain things that you could see. It doesn't change anything. Just let it be. Yeah.
Yeah, we do have sessions where we pray together. Although now, especially now, she wakes up at 0 number for the challenge. Yeah. So, but yeah, there are times we take that into consideration. So when we come back from work a little bit tired, we do make sure to set aside some time to pray. Yeah, so it's important, and some Bible study as well. Yeah. And also, we have sessions on Sunday at our church that we get involved in during those Bible study sessions. It's a huge challenge because Christ loves the church. Yeah, he loves the church dearly, also dearly. So it's a huge challenge. There are times when your friend really gets on your nerves. And even, okay, like for me, I'll speak for myself. I won't speak for many people. You even tend to forget, like, oh, okay, but, you really, but you still, with time, because you've been morphed and you've been, I have been in a position where I'm like, I don't veer too far off the correct road. I'll be like, you know what? Yeah, let's get back to it. Emotions went up at one point. I needed some time to cool down. Let's come back to it. What's happening? What's going on? How do we move from there? Because these are real things that happen in our human experience. Emotions flare up, or maybe you're just not being wound the correct way that particular day. So you realize you still come back to love. You forbear. You go through that, whatever situation you're in, and you persevere through it. Then you love, you be like, okay, let's come, whatever it is. There are multiple things that happen. So whatever it is, just go on. At the end of the day, you show love and kindness and patience to your friend. Yeah.
The world has changed the definition of submission, hey? And I think it means different things to different people, right? There are things that matter to him, right? I understand him and I know who he is. And those are the things that help me with submission, right? We live in a world where a woman now I can do everything on my own. I'm independent. You can't talk to me like that. You can't do A, B, C, D, right? And I get that. And in some instances, I'm not saying it's wrong for women to stand up for themselves, don't get me wrong, but it's understanding who he is, what he's about, and also the love that I'm shown, right? Because women easily submit when they're loved, when they're cared for. And for me, that comes easily because he loves me. If I mention something, right, he makes it his problem, which I think in the beginning of a relationship used to shock me. Where you're like, I mentioned something once, but all of a sudden someone is like carried it like his problem, So it's the little things like that make it easy to submit. There's certain things that the world may look at and say, but why would you allow something like that? Why would you take it that way? But at the end of the day, it's the relationship that we have. So I guess that's what makes the submission easy. Not the easiest thing in this generation, I won't lie. There's a lot that has changed over time. But like the word says, when you're loved right, you're cared for, you easily submit. And I hold dear what he holds dear, and that helps me. Yeah. I think with regards to finances, we've managed to figure out a system that works for us. What comes in from both ends, that first thing's transparency is key, right? We've built a system where we're transparent with each other. We know, okay, this is what's coming in, so what the other person is bringing in, what is it that we're dealing with this month? And if my friend is down, I can easily pick it up. If I am down, he can easily pick it up, right? And transparency has really helped us in that sense, because then you know that, okay, I have a buffer, right? My friend can cover me here because I'm not able to. So transparency has been key. And yeah, I think that's what has really helped us, because then we can lean on each other when the other person is low. Yeah. I think to your point, it is crucial. And that's one thing that people, before getting married, in your relationships, have these conversations. It's very important to have, especially when it comes to finances, because a lot of people, marriages, break because of finances, right? So I think that's key. Have those difficult conversations. Do you have a loan? How far are you from getting it cleared? All those things are necessary. Because, people get in and find, you're in debt. So, yeah, I think that's pretty much that. honesty and transparency. Transparency is, I know what your payslip looks like. It's clear, right? Yeah, I guess that would be the distinguishing factor. I could be honest with you and say this is what is actually there, and then I look at the payslip and I'm just like, whoa, I don't know, this honesty is not very honest, you know. But for me, transparency, especially with our finances, is I'm not hiding anything. This is my payslip, this is your payslip, this is what it looks like, and this is how we're moving. You know my bank accounts, what's in there, right? Passwords to these things. Because I mean, those are also the little things. So that's transparency. I have nothing to hide. So yeah.
For me, I'm sorry, I got choked there for a second. Doesn't mean anything. I'm being very transparent. All right. So, based off what you just said, I make sure at all times, especially when she calls, I'll be like, oh, I am here, I am with this person, and this is exactly what I'm doing. So she would be in picture in terms of what's going on. Transparency when it comes to finances as well. We get a certain amount of income that comes in each month, and we're able to say, okay, this is what our spending is like. This is what it was an app she introduced me to. Perfect. So I was like, okay, this is what's going to be tackled for this month. This is what's going to be set aside for certain investments. This is what's going to be set aside for certain activities as well. So based off that, we're able to properly plan for ourselves and our future. So we're able to say, okay, what are we spending on groceries? What are we spending on snacks here and there? What are we spending on whatever comes up? So yeah, that's pretty much what it is now. My name is Bupe.
My name is Namakau.
She was expectant of my message, actually.
No, it wasn't. No.
She wouldn't admit it on camera.